All right, class. First off, as always, good day. I'm glad you're here. So, today we are going to be starting off the new section of life lessons. These are things that you will need to know about for basically the rest of your life. Because the thing is, a lot of this stuff is about like money management. How does credit work? How to build up your credit? What to say and not say during interviews? What to put and not put on resumes and things like that. Stuff that's actually you're gonna be coming through and have to do in your life. So that's what this whole section's about. So I would strongly recommend you really truly pay attention. That you guys, um, you know, focus. And if you think I'm a liar, by all means, ask your parents, ask your older brothers and sisters, ask your cousins, somebody you trust who's older, and ask them, do I need to know about budgeting my money? Do I need to know about credit scores? Do I need to know about how to open up a bank account, and interest rates and things like that? I guarantee you they will tell you yes. Yes, you will need to know about that kind of stuff. And I'm sure if you ask them too, did you learn about that stuff in high school? Chances are they probably said no. There's a really, really good chance. If they did, that's amazing because not many teachers teach this stuff. But again, I want you guys to leave high school prepared and ready for whatever life throws at you. Okay, and that's why we're doing this. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The warm up today is unlike any other ones we've done before. There's no quote or anything like that. It's just basically two questions. Okay. The first one is, how much is a lot of money to you? Now, I don't mean like $1 trillion. Well, of course, $1 trillion is a lot of money. So let's say a trillion's up here. Here's a billion. Here's a million. Here's like the hundreds of thousands. Where would you say, okay, once you have this much, anything above that is a lot of money? So I want to know where that line is. Where is that line where you say anything above it is a lot of money? So is it $500,000? Is it a million? You tell me what you personally believe is that bottom line where it's like anything below it's like, not really a lot of money, but anything above it, yeah, that's a lot of money. So where's that line at? Where do you draw that number? Okay. Once you have that number down in your head, and once you put it down on paper, then ask yourself the second question. Is that number practical slash realistic amount for someone to save? Could someone reach that number by saving and things like that? Okay. Why or why not? And explain. Okay. So, uh, if you haven't thought of the number already, think of it. Pause the video, write your response, okay? Because we're moving on in three, two, one. All right. So here's the thing. When it says what are the three essential needs, remember there's three of them: food and water. That's one. Clothing, shelter. Those are the three. Okay. If you have those, you will survive for the day. Okay. Now, there are essential things when it comes to paying. Okay. And that's these things right here. Number one, your rent or mortgage. So if you're buying a house, if you bought a house, that's your mortgage. If you are renting an apartment or a house, that's the rent. Okay. Then comes your bills: electric, water, gas, car loan, things like that, gas bill too. That's another one. Another one is insurance. Your health insurance, your insurance for your kids, your car insurance, stuff like that. Okay. And the last one is food. Those are the four things. Those are the four needs you need to make sure you pay every time you get a paycheck. You need to make sure that that is paid for. Okay. That's your needs: the clothing, food, and shelter right there. whatever is not used should be saved. And we're going to get into a little trick later on, okay? Now, here's the thing. If you ever find yourself later on in life going, oh, man, geez, how am I not making money? What's going on here? Things like that. You need to budget, okay? If you're honestly asking yourself, where's my money going? You need to look at where it is going. You need to see what you're spending your money on. Okay. Now, when it comes to budgeting, there is this rule called the 50-30-20 rule, which basically says 50% of your money after taxes, when you get your check, 50% of it should go to your essential needs. Again, the rent, those bills, your insurance, and food. Okay. Okay. So, and here's the thing, like I told students in class, when you say you get, I don't know, $20 an hour, let's just say, and you worked in the month, let's say you worked 200 hours, right? Do not expect to get all that money because, again, we went through this with taxes. The government takes money um, from your when you get paid, okay? And whatever's left over, that's where you take half of it and put into the essentials. 30% should go to wants, and 20% should go into savings. Okay. You know, the thing is, though, I've had some students in the past ask me, what happens if there's money left over for the needs? What if your rent, bills, insurance, and food, what if that all costs less than half of your paycheck for the month? Well, if it's less, take that money, what's ever left over, and put into your savings. And now the students have asked me the flip side. What if it's more than 50%? What if the rent goes up, the insurance premium goes up, your car insurance goes up? If the essentials go up, let's say it's go to 60%, you don't take the 20, you don't take anything from the 20%, you take it from the 30%, the wants. Okay, you take that money and put it into the essential. Okay. You do not touch the savings. That's the last thing that should be touched. Okay. But the essentials have to be paid. Those things you have to take care of. If it means, hey, 80% goes to essential and only 20% goes to saving, so be it. Okay. You can go a month without getting new clothes, or buying some new shoes. You can go a month without that. You'll be fine, you know. Um, Now, if you're on a fixed budget, like myself, I'm a teacher, I'm salary. So we got a set budget, right? A set amount of money every time we get paid. It's a little bit easier to budget, saying, hey, okay, um, something went up. The price of, let's say, gasoline, just went up. Well, I can adjust my pay because I know I'm going to get paid this much this week, paid this much, another 2 weeks. I can make the adjustments. If you're working an hourly job and let's say your hours get cut, you might have to adjust. It might be a little bit different. Or if you work overtime, then you got more money. Hey, now the numbers change. So it just depends on what kind of job you have, but you got to keep that 50-30-20 rule. And again, that wants number, 30%, should never go up. It should go down, but it should never be higher than 30%. Okay. So here's your first question. Why do you think most people don't save money only until they have to? A lot of people, hey, they're spending their money, things like that, and all of a sudden, hey, I gotta move, you know, out of state. So then they start saving for the U-Haul, and they have to buy totes and things like that. So they start saving money for that stuff. They have to save money to pay for the first and last month at their new place that they're going to be renting and things like that. It's only then that people actually start saving when they need to. Oh, we're going to get married. Now let's start saving. You know, why do you think they don't start from the get-go? Okay. So think about it, write your response, okay, because we're moving on in 3, 2, 1. All right. So if you are a visual person, you need to see things in order to make things to help you remember or to help you like see, okay, this is when this is due, this when this happens. Create a budget calendar. Put dates on your calendar. Hey, this is when this is paid. I need to make this payment. This is the last day to make this payment. I get paid this time. I get paid this time. Something so you can visually see where your money's going, when you need to do things, stuff like that. Okay. Now, the next couple things are tips to kind of help you out in managing your money. Um, some of these I do myself. Some of these other people have told me this is what really helps me. Okay, to save money and things like that, and prevent from overspending. So one of the things like I personally do is in my wallet I carry cash. I carry my want money. Not all of it, just a little small portion of it. And I'll look going, is that really, do I really need that right now? You know, Sometimes it's like I'm looking at my wallet going, yeah, I have no money. I cannot buy that right now. So I'm not going to go into it with my savings. I'm not going to be spending any of uh, my my needs money. No, So thing is though, like students have told me in the past, well, what if you get robbed? What if someone steals or you drop your money, things like that? Well, see, here's the thing. That money is my want money. So I'm expecting myself to spend it or lose it in some way or another, you know. So yeah, I don't plan on having it that long in my wallet anyway. So granted, it sucks if someone steals it, and it sucks even more if it just like falls out. But that's not from my savings, and it's not from my needs, so I'm good. Okay. Another little tip, which really really does help you when you try to save money, is substitutes. We've talked about this before. When you get food, don't get the brand names. You know, um, excuse me. Like cereal. Why get the Lucky Charms? I understand Lucky Charms because that malted marshmallow one, ugh, that was nasty. But like the cocoa ones, the cocoa puff ones, those are good. The big bags, those are really good. They taste just like the cocoa puffs. You know, yeah. Granted, they get soggy faster, but hey, they're good. You can't really tell a difference. Same thing with like peanut butter. You know, it's peanut butter. Jif, and I forgot what the other one is. Um, it tastes the same as the low peanut butter. Noodles. Hey, ramen noodles, cup of noodles. Do you have to get the ones with like the spices already inside? No, you can get a bottle of Tabasco and dump that Tabasco in there. You don't need to buy the container with it. You know, you don't have to. Same thing with medicine. Tylenol, Advil, Band-Aids. You can get the Walmart, Target, generic brand, CVS. And if you look at the Tylenol and those generic brands, they say the exact same thing. They are the exact same stuff. The milligrams are the same. You might actually get more with the generic brand than you would if you went with Tylenol or Advil. And you might actually spend less. So you spend less, you get more, and it's the same product. Okay. And same thing with clothes, guys. Stop getting the designer this and that. Especially like shirts, pants. You don't have to spend $300 on a pair of pants. You don't. Pair of pants, 40, 50, $60. Fine, cool, go with those. But why pay $180 for torn jeans? You can buy the $60 jeans and tear them yourself. Why pay an extra $120 to have them ripped? Do it yourself. But again, I'm old school, so that's my thinking. Just saying. Nothing you do. Take your time. Look for deals. Don't just straight jump on the first thing you see. Um, this happens a lot when people are trying to buy gas. People are like, "Oh, I need to find gas," and they don't want to look around for gas. There's websites you can look at. Same thing with like shoes and things like that. Oh, the new Jordans are out. I gotta get those. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you really want them, wait till like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, back to school sales. There are cheaper days. There are times where there's sales and you can get those same things. Granted, are you gonna have them that first day to show off to your friends? No. But if that's what you're really worried about, if that's what your true thing is, then you're gonna be spending money left and right on stuff that you don't need just to impress some people. So that's not a good mentality to have, especially as you're growing older. You're gonna come to realize like, why am I trying to impress these guys for? You know, I'm the one that has to pay for all this stuff. You know, the other one, fast food. Okay, I get it. I'm not knocking off fast food because I understand some people like myself. I've done it too. Hey, you work hard. You just want to get something to eat real quick. So you go to like McDonald's, Burger King's, Taco Bell's. Get pizza, Domino's, or whatever. I get that. I get it. Once in a while, it's okay. Yeah, you deserve a break. You know, but to constantly going to McDonald's and Taco Bell and things like that, yeah, no. Okay, think of it like this: a number one for McDonald's, Big Mac, costs like 10.89 or something like that with taxes and all that stuff. Super size, all that good stuff, right? Um, that's one meal, and chances are you're not gonna get, you might get full. Some people may not get full. You know, um, whereas for that basically $11, you can go to a grocery store, get a package of chicken. You can get some the instant mashed potatoes for like $1.10. You know, you can get vegetables, bag of vegetables for a couple bucks. And you can get, maybe um, a 2 liter, soda. All of that's going to be under $10, $11. Groceries last longer. Um, they are healthier for you, and they're cheaper than just going to a fast food place for one little meal. Granted, it's cooked for you, true, but also have you reheated some fast food places? Sometimes they're not really good. A lot of them they aren't really good. It's like a rubber biscuit. You can give it to a dog. Your dog might be like, "Do I play with this or do I eat it? What are you doing to me?" Because again, it's not that great reheated. Homemade chicken reheated, that's good. Just saying. The other thing, use online coupons. Coupons from the junk mail you got. Hey, a lot of times fast food places, even McDonald's has the apps now. Buy a regular meal, get a thing of fries for free. Take advantage of codes and those coupons online and things like that. Take advantage. Okay. And one of the other really, really big ones I tell students all the time too is when you're buying a car, do your research. If you're buying an old car, look that car up. Has there been a lot of recalls, on it and things like that? Think about the insurance. If you're getting like a speed demon type of car, think about the insurance on that as opposed to another car where it has like safety, this and that, and airbags and everywhere, stuff like that. The insurance can be smaller. Cost of registration. Newer car, higher registration. Hate to say in California, it's that way. Really, really high for new cars. Older cars, it's a little less. Um, and if you get an older car, do you have to smog? Do you have to smog every 2 years, 5 years? Do you have to smog at all? You know, because some cars they don't have to be smogged. Another one, is it gas efficient? Is it a V8, V6? Is that type of car? Is it a gas guzzler? If you try to get a big old giant car, you are going to run through gas pretty quickly. And also think about the usage of that car. If you get a big car, truck, things like that, you get a V8 engine, stuff like that. Are you going to be carrying a lot of stuff? Are you going to be hauling a lot of stuff? No, it's just going to be mainly you. So maybe you should be calm down with that V8 engine. Get a V6. Save yourself on the gas money, especially now that gas is pretty expensive. How long is the warranty at the place you buy it from? Is it like 2 years, 200,000? Is it 5 years, 100,000? I mean, what is it? Okay, and look at that kind of stuff to help you make better decisions. All right, so let me move this real quick. So question number 2 says you get $2,000 a month, right, from your job. Savings is already saved. What I want you to do is tell me how are you going to spend your money. So let's say this is a legit thing. You get $2,000. What are you spending your money on? Okay. Like on here it says like new clothes, new shoes. You already have clothes. You already have shoes. Right? They're not new. They're just clothes. You've had them for a while. Do you feel like, hey, I need new clothes every, so many months, things like that, or every year? You know, tell me what you think. What would you spend your money on? So here's a list of things. Okay. So go ahead, go through it, see how close you can get to the $2,000 and things that you would actually want. Okay. Now, I believe the next questions would be about a video that I can't show you. I tried to show it last year, and I got a message from YouTube saying you can't show that video because you don't own the rights to it, which I don't. So yeah, I got in trouble with that. So uh, since I showed it in class and you guys can't see it, if you have that packet paper, just mark off those questions. It says like what surprised you about the tax section. You know, I had the class watch a documentary, you know, on the first $1 million athletes. So you guys can't be able to see this, or can't be able to watch it, so you guys can't answer it. Okay, so that's basically it for this lesson. Hopefully you learned something new. Wait, you know what? Let me double check something real quick. Actually, we do have an exit ticket. I totally forgot about this. All right, so basically, of all the remember, pick one of these questions. Of all the tips and advice shared, which do you feel is the one that you would mostly use? And tell me why would that one be um, more used than any other advice or tips I gave? Or you can answer this other one. What are your thoughts on celebrity millionaire athletes who lose all their money? Do you feel sympathetic for them or not? And tell me why you feel that way. Okay. Um, this one was more entailed for those who watched the documentary because, again, they heard from the athletes themselves. And there's a lot of things in that documentary where they talk about things that people don't know about. Like one guy athlete said that he got a contract for I believe it was like $24 million, and people were like, "You spent $24 million." He's like, "I never got $24 million. I got like 18 point something $1 million. 6 million of it went to these other places. It went to this and this and this. Oh no, my bad. It was like 18. It was like 14, something like that. So he never really got all that money because, again, taxes, agents, things like that. Um, so, do you feel sympathetic? So, if you want to watch the documentary, if you have the ESPN Plus, if you have that, you can watch it. It's called Broke on ESPN Plus. It's on the 30 for 30. I believe it's under season 2 if you look through it. By all means, watch that video. Watch it. It's very interesting. It's very good. It's done extremely well. And you'll hear these athletes talk about where that money went, and how they basically messed up. It's very good. Um, there is a couple scenes where they talk about being like clubs and like making it rain, things like that. So just skip through that part. It's like really pretty small, but yeah, it's pretty interesting to hear how these athletes what they spend their money on and how it went away. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. Hopefully you learned something new. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like I said, next week we will be talking about credit scores, what credit means, how do you get it, what's the best way to build up your credit, um, and things like that. Okay, so you guys, you take care and you be safe. All right.